I am ready to do some talking about new things from Mythbound. So first off, here we go. Take a look at this bad boy. If you have ever thought to yourself, sure, my captains are great, but what if they were literal mountains? Well, I have great news for you. Now they can be. In fact, they can not only be a mountain, they can be a mimic of a mountain, presumably. Although that is honestly massive for a mimic. I don't know how this mimic is getting away with these mountainous crimes, but somehow. So yeah, just to start off, like, this is some cool art. This is a cool concept. But of course, the important part is, what does this captain do? Well, here it is. When you lose a fight, if you don't have one, get a lesser mimic. So I think this is really cool. And the important thing to remember about lesser mimics is that whenever you get another treasure, they transform into a copy, which means they disappear. So once you have copied something with your lesser mimic, you no longer have a lesser mimic, which means that you can get another lesser mimic from Mount Mimic, which is very cool. This takes tactically losing fights up yet another notch, on top of, like, you want to tactically lose your first heart early for Thing in the Ice, and you want to, like, get Miseria and then tactically lose a fight in order to get your constellations rolling. But this means you want to take half heart damage on pretty much exactly the pace that you're trying to. Like, you are trying to pace exactly when you take those losses in order to be able to get the treasures out of it, which I think is a really, really neat kind of high skill ceiling for a captain that we haven't really seen before. And I think that's very cool. If you have the ability to tweak your board such that you can take the right level of loss at the right time, that has the potential to be really powerful, especially if you are looking for specific things that you want to copy, which is where this comes in. So I don't need to talk about Potion of Treasure Finding. Everybody knows how good Trash Panda is, right? Getting your Potion of Treasure Finding copied, get your questers getting high-level treasure. That's like an obvious first step. That is a great place for Mount Mimic to be. But Mount Mimic can also reliably get you a second copy of unique quest treasures because of the way that the Mimic comes in, right? So if you can semi-reliably obtain a lesser mimic, then suddenly the characters that drop unique quest treasures become more tempting because you know you'll have the ability to double them. So, like, being able to double Constellation Prize, pretty good. It gets you kind of a leg up on the speed at which you are generating these constellations, and works really well with Mount Mimic's desiring to lose anyway, right? If every time you lose, you not only double your constellation prizes, you also get a lesser mimic, that sounds great. Dragon's Jewel seems absolutely wild if you get 2 of them, and has a lot of support. Like, already, by having a lesser mimic every time you lose a fight, you're getting kind of better dragon support, better treasure hoard support. So getting a Dragon's Jewel is great on that kind of board, and getting a second Dragon's Jewel seems even better. Especially because then you can get treasures that are 2 rarity higher from dragons. Like, I'm absolutely in for that. That sounds lovely. Huntsman's Axe? I don't actually know if this works because I've never doubled a Huntsman's Axe before, but, like, I would absolutely take Jay Sparrow at home, you know? That sounds delightful. Like, if you can double the Huntsman's Axe, and then you get, you know, whatever hunter you want in the back row, and then any kill from the front row is double the hunt on the back row, like, that's basically, you've rolled your own Jay Sparrow, and that sounds fantastic. Jawsbreaker is basically Brass Cannonballs, except at rare, instead of at legendary. And if you're going for the sweet route, this feels like a really, really great treasure to copy. So I'm really excited for this. And then, I mean, there's also, like, Butcher's Cleaver. There's, if you're going for the sweet route, there's potentially the Candy Apple. I think Candy Apple's maybe not as exciting. But there are a lot of kind of unique treasures that you very rarely get the opportunity to double up on. And Mount Mimic allows you some amount of consistency for getting the dupes of specific treasures that might play well into whatever strategy you build. So yeah, that is my read on Mount Mimic. Mount Mimic seems very cool, and I really like this trend of treasure-focused captains as my reveal cards. I had Harpolia for Candelar and Mount Mimic now for Mythbound, so I'm really excited to do more treasure shenanigans in Mythbound. This seems like it's going to be a great set.